Hi, my name is Aly Paws from the Yoga Home. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you did. And we are doing today Muladhara, which is the root chakra. So I'm going to be doing about 7 series of a chakra each week. So today we're starting with the root chakra. So let me just explain a little bit and we'll get going. So with the root chakra, chakras are energetic centers, subtle energy bodies, spinning vortexes from the root, so the base of the spine, up to the crown of the head. And I'll explain each as we go along each week, but this one is the root. It's located at the base of the spine, and really it symbolizes our foundation and our roots and our tribe and our family and our sense of belonging, and our basic needs are met. Food, water, shelter. And so right now I feel like the world really needs to reset this root chakra. So I felt called to do this. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know in the comment sections below how it went for you. Okay, so we'll start in a seated cross-legged posture. Just finding a neutral pelvis, so not too far forward, not too far back where you're slouching. You want a nice lifted up spine. So right away, as you close your eyes and get settled into your seat, I want you to bring your attention down to that root chakra and just start to root down through sit bones, noticing the pelvic floor and all the muscles around the pelvic floor. Feel free to use your Muladhara is root chakra. Okay, so that's the root chakra, Muladhara, Mula meaning root. So Mula Bandha, which are the bandhas, are the energetic locks in the body. And so you may use the Mula Bandha through this practice if you like. Mula just means root. So just get settled into your seat, feeling nice and grounded. And we'll take a deep breath in. Feel the breath reach all the way up through the spine to the crown of the head as you grow tall. And then exhale as the shoulders relax down the back body. And just feel that nice grounding as you exhale. And then as you inhale, feel the space. Good, and exhale back down. So bringing your attention and awareness just for a moment or two here down at the root. The color is red, and the element is earth. So just you can imagine or visualize a spinning vortex or wheel. So chakra just means a wheel. And maybe you can imagine a red color. So go ahead and soften any areas that are creating tension or stress in your body, particularly in the jaw and the face and the shoulders. Just allowing a nice calm breath come in and out of the nose. Just quieting down through the mind as you focus on the breath and the first chakra. And I want you to start to deepen the breath a little bit more into this, what we call in yoga, ujjayi breathing, which is basically in and out of the nose. And you're restricting a little bit of the back of the throat, the epiglottis, as you create this ocean sound through the chest. Creating a little bit more heat in the body, a little bit more awareness. Kind of sounds like that, like the ocean. Good, and then I want you to feel really stable through the sit bones and the pelvis, and the upper body will start to do a nice big rotation, like a nice big circle as you come around with the torso. So when you come to the side and the front, your heart opens and you inhale, and then when you come around the back, you're rounding through the top of the spine, the navel center comes in, and you exhale. So exhaling as you come back and inhaling as you come forward. Just some nice upper body movements. Waking up the spine and rooting down through the pelvis. Good, let's go the other direction. So stopping wherever you are, switching and breathing. Good, and then stopping wherever, maybe into the center, and then switching your ankles so the other foot is in front now. Taking a nice big inhale as you reach your arms to the sky, and then exhale to fold forward. The fingertips are coming in front, and you're just walking the hands, rooting back into the sit bones, letting the head rest. Breathing in and out. Relax the neck, the back, the outer hips. And pressing your fingertips into the ground and your spider fingers as you lengthen out through your arms. One more breath. Good, and then slowly come back up, and let's switch. The other foot comes in front now. Inhale to reach the arms up. And exhale to come forward, walking the hands, letting the head relax, feeling it on the outer hips. Nice, calm, steady breath. Good, one more breath here. And slowly coming back. I want you just to lean back with your hands supporting you, and then separate the feet and the knees and let the knees come from side to side. You're massaging a little bit of the outer hips and the glutes as you move left to right. Good. Okay, let's come on to our hands and knees. Separate your knees so that they're a little bit wide. And you'll come back like you're going to go into a child's pose, but we do a nice big circle. So you come to the side, and then back down, and the other side, and then in the front. Nice big cat circles. One direction, and then let's stop and go the other direction. Good. Incorporating that breath. And then stopping in the center, bringing the knees back to hip distance, hands shoulder distance, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and then walk out in your first downward facing dog. Good. Just feeling those backs of the legs. So when we're in our standing poses today, we really want to focus on the roots down into the earth. Especially when you're standing and your feet are rooted into the ground, maybe even the hands in down dog. Finding lots of space in the body. Next inhale, let's look up to the hands. Step both feet around the hands into a little squat position. So it depends on where you're at with your hips. You may be up on the balls of your feet, and that's okay. The heels might be lifting, or you might be up here. Okay, so wherever you're at, just find that spot where you can settle into the hips. Place the hands just at the heart center, and then the triceps, the outer edge of the arm there, is on the insides of the legs. I want you to spread through the feet, so the toes, and then feel that all four corners of the feet into the earth. Soften your tailbone and the pelvis. Root down. Allow yourself to grow tall in the spine. Good, and we'll take one more breath here. And then exhale as you start to fold forward. Send your hips up towards the sky as you fold. Let the upper body soften. Head and neck, shoulders. Breathing in and out. Good. Then bend your knees and bring the arms in front. Inhale, come all the way up. Straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, bend the knees, arms come beside the body. Into skier's pose. Reach up again in the arms, straighten the body. Exhale, bend the knees. Sit into an imaginary chair. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, bend the knees. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming up, inhale. And then let's just separate the feet. So they're about a leg's distance, turning the toes out and heels come in. So reaching the arms up, we'll come into goddess pose. So when we exhale, we're going to bend both elbows and knees and then stick our tongue out and exhale. Okay, inhale, reach out. Exhale. Good, inhale. Reach up and out, exhale. Come on, get wild, get crazy. Inhale. Exhale. One more, you got it. Exhale. Super liberating, especially when you don't care. Hands at the waist. I meant don't care what you look like. Okay, so left foot, the back foot should be about 90 degrees parallel to the back of the mat. Turn the right toes towards the front. Right knee starts to bend into warrior two. Now you may want to widen your stance a little bit. Okay, the knees stacking nicely above the ankle. And then reaching the arms straight up. So let's just check into where the pelvic floor is and where it's positioned. Sometimes you may be a little tight in the hip area, and you want to make sure that the crown of the head is relatively in alignment. So not so much of the upper body going way past that alignment point. So pull back the upper body if it is. Look down at your toe, make sure you see your toe, and then reach out through your crown, gaze at the fingertips, engage through that back leg, and then through the arms, and feel some flow, breathing here. Good, one more breath. And then straighten the right leg, turn the right toes, turn the left toes open, left knee bends. And then the back leg, so the back foot, you have a nice 90-degree angle, front knee is bending, arms are reaching out, nice steady breath, steady gaze. And then this is where you can practice your Mula Bandha, lifting through the pelvic floor. Feeling the roots through the feet down into the earth as it comes all the way up your body. You're engaging up through that leg. One more breath. Good, and then straighten that left knee. Turn the left toes in. And now we're gonna hold this hip opener. So toes are out, both toes are going out, heels are coming in again. Bend the knees, but this time the hands are by the legs. So you can press in, soften the hips. I like to do a little swaying from side to side just to loosen up a little bit. And then eventually you can bring your elbows down. Now, this is where I want you to feel the roots again in the feet, even Pada Bandha. So Pada Bandha in yoga, Pada is foot. So basically it's lifting up through the arches to create some energetic lift there and support. So let's lengthen out through the side body. Reach out through the crown. Find this nice opening through the inner thighs where the adductors are. Breathing. One more breath here. Good. Start to straighten the legs and then just gently fold forward. You can shake it out a little, the upper body. Breathing in and out. Good. So let's start to turn now towards the back of our mat. We'll just reverse this a little bit. Turn towards the back of your mat. So now your left leg is forward, the right foot is back, and you're just in a lunge. You'll lower that right knee down, maybe pad the knee if you need to, the side of the mat. Come on the inside of the left foot with your hands and start to open your left toes towards the corner of the mat, Okay? The knees are in an alignment with the toes. Whew, we start to feel this on the hip flexors in the front and also on the inner left thigh. Okay, lifting the heart so you feel really nice and spacious in the spine. Breathing. Now to feel a bit deeper on the inner thigh, sometimes what I do is flex the foot and roll to the outer edge of that left foot. Just gets a little bit deeper in there. Just be mindful of where you're at in your practice. Ease off if it's too much. And practice lifting the pelvic floor, that Mula Bandha, just because we don't want to dump into the pelvis, which doesn't support too much of the back body, or the SI joint in between the hip bones and the sacrum there in the back. Sometimes it doesn't, it loses the support really. One more breath here. Good, and we'll come back. You can release the side of that mat. Bring hands on either side of that left foot. Lift the back knee, and then slowly starting to straighten the legs, walking all the way around to the other side. You can bend the knees if you need to get there on the other side. Right foot is forward now, bending the right knee. So you're just in just a lunge here. Pad the mat, start to lower the left knee. Bring the hands on the inside of the foot, and then the right foot opens up to the right. And once again, you can roll onto that edge. And also, if you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper in this, you can come down to your elbows or even a block if you had a block there. But I like to keep my chest lifted. I don't want to collapse too much in the heart center. If you feel like you're nice and long in the spine, when you're down there still, then go for it. But my back is a little bit tight today, so I'm just going to stay lifted. Breathing into the inner hips. Let's take one more breath here. Good. Exhale and come back. We can release that mat and then come all the way back to center. Bending the left knee and right knee, just swaying side to side. Good. Okay, let's heel toe the feet together. Bring the hands right to the waist as you exhale, root down through the feet. Inhale, let's come all the way back up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we'll come into our balancing posture. So let's transfer weight to the left leg. Feel really rooted on the left side. Hands at the waist, and you'll bend your right knee. Bring the sole of your foot on the inside of that left ankle. And this is the start. You want to find a point of focus so you can balance. So just keep that nice gazing point. If you're wanting to go a little further, slide that foot up to the inner calf or the inner thigh as you bring that heel right in and press in so it doesn't slide down. Okay, hands are at the heart center. Shoulders relax down the spine. Good, and then let's extend the arms. So reach out through the elbows, really lengthening those branches and find one point of focus. Be here, calm the mind and breathe. Continue lengthening through the trunk of the body. Good. One more breath. And exhale. Let's release the foot and go to the other side. Transfer weight to the right leg. Open up the left knee and come into whatever variation that you're feeling today, okay? So pressing that heel in if you're way up. Try to even out the hips. It's hard to do it on this one because it likes to hike up a bit. Hands at the heart center. Find that point of focus and your Ujjayi breath, and then reaching out through the arms. Find some space in the spine and breathe. If it gets a little bit windy, it's okay. Forgive yourself, you are human. We topple and move. Nothing static ever. We got to be flexible and fluid with what's happening. That phrase just came to my mind. I've seen on a couple of posts, we bend so we don't break, yogis. So yeah, that's true, right? Keeps us flexible so we can navigate through these rough waters. So come back to our Tadasana at the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance. Relax the shoulders down the spine. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, stepping back, find your plank position. And then lower all the way down. Come to a cobra position. So point the toes, strong legs, elbows back, shoulders back, lifting the heart and chest. Really lengthen out through the spine, and then exhale, come to a wide child's pose, toes touching, sitting back to the heels, settling the chest and relaxing the shoulders. And breathing in and out. Good, calming the mind. Next inhale, let's start to move into pigeon pose. So you can start from cat or from down dog as you lift that right leg up, bending the right knee towards the right wrist. And then try to keep this foot flexed if it is actually really out. If it's closer down towards the body, it's harder to flex it. Okay, sometimes I like to lean over, internal rotate this back leg, and then inch this up. You can use blocks under the right hip. Today's mine's a little bit tight, so eventually trying to come back to this nice centered position. And then lift the heart. Breathing here. You may lay down if you like. I like to stay lifted for the full open heart back bend. Breathing into the side of the hips, really feel the tissue softening. Good, one more breath. And then exhale, slowly bring the hands in front and then release that leg. Walk out in down dog. Coming to the other side as the left leg lifts up. Left knee bends into that same position. The knee comes towards the wrists, and then walk the right knee back a little bit as you settle the hips. So like I said, you can use a cushion or a block under the left hip to help feel a bit more supported as you ground down and root into the earth. Breathing, lifting the spine and the chest. Soften the eyes. one more breath here. And exhale. Let's bring the hands in front and slowly release that. And walking out again in downward facing dog. Okay, so now this one is frog pose. It's a little bit of a setup, and sometimes you get, it can be really intense on the inner knees and the ankles, so you have to make sure you set this up properly with padding, so either using some cushions, or I like to roll the side of my mat up if I don't have any cushions. Then I get towards the top of the edge of that mat with the knees, so that your knees are at the top and then the ankles are down below, so they're not right on the hardwood or where. If you're on carpet, then you should be fine. So separating the knees. I'll show you more of a full version. The full frog pose is toes out, okay? If this is too much for you, you can draw the toes in and sit back. Maybe close the knees a little and just go into a nice wide child's pose, Balasana. This is actually it used to be one of my least favorite postures, but I'm actually liking it a lot more now. And as you can tell, I am quite not so open in this area. But what you want to do is try to get the hips lined up to the knees. You don't want to be way, 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 way forward, or, I mean, it's okay to be back a little bit, because the modification for that one, and I think I'm just going to go a little bit parallel or profile here for you so you can see it. The mod for this one, I like to just do a wide child's pose just to get into the inner hips. Okay, so it just depends on where you're at with this posture. But try to get lined up to the knees. You may need a little bit extra padding for the elbows so you can relax into it as much as you can relax in this posture. So just softening around the outer edges of the hips. If you have ever had any SI joint problems before in the past, you might want to be just cautious with this one. Don't go too wide, because it'll start to compress through the SI joint. But take your time with it. Sometimes the tissues eventually soften. And just relaxing the mind as you breathe. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And we'll slowly. I like to just slide forward gently onto my belly, Sphinx pose. So bend your knees and just do the counter pose as the feet sway from side to side, loosening up a little bit through the lower back. Okay. Maybe do some circles. And then we'll come into a nice child's pose. You can rearrange the mat if you need to. Coming into your child's pose. Sitting back into the heels. Knees are closer together. You can even move the arms beside the body. Resting. Feeling the support underneath you from Mother Earth. Relaxing the neck and the jaw and the shoulders. Good, and then next inhale, let's slowly come up and find our spine to lay down onto our back. Bring the knees in towards the chest and do little circles, just massaging those SI joint, just in case they got compressed in the last posture. Massaging the sacrum. Good. And then separating the knees. And our last posture before Savasana is our happy baby pose. So you can hold on to the ankles or the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees down. Breathing, lengthening through the spine. One more breath in, exhale, releasing the feet for Shavasana, so stretching out through the legs. The arms are comfortable distance, palms facing upwards. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale out. Good. And then bringing awareness to that root chakra area. Seeing a nice color red. I like to do some affirmations to myself sometimes. If you want to repeat after me and whisper to yourself, you can. Maybe having a hand on that lower abdominal area and one on the heart. And just repeating, I belong. I belong. I am enough. I am enough. I am in the perfect place at the perfect time. I am in the perfect place at the perfect time. And then just release the arms beside the body. Taking some deep breaths in and out to release the body. And settle through the bones and the muscles. Allow the mind to quiet. Relaxing the forehead, the eyes, the tongue and the jaw. And down through the throat, both arms, all your fingers. Relaxing through the spine and the back, and the whole torso and the organs. Relaxing the hips. And down through the legs, both knees and ankles. Settling now through the whole body. Letting the breath be calm. Let's hang out here for a couple minutes, then I'll guide you out. Good. Let's start to bring some deeper breaths back into the body. Fill up. Good. Exhale out. And moving through the fingers and toes and stretching out through the arms. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. And rocking gently side to side, and then roll over to one side of the body. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale out. And then slowly making your way back up to seated. Come to a seated cross-legged posture and close the eyes. Relax your hands on your knees. Sit tall. Focus down again, attention onto the root chakra. Feeling grounded and rooted. And all your needs are being met, feeling grateful for that. And just to honor the health of our bodies, our minds, our spirits, we'll finish with one Om. Deep breath in, rubbing the palms, inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands in front of the heart center. Sit tall. One Om to seal the practice. Inhale. Good. Inhale again. Hold the breath. Lift that pelvic floor. Sit tall. And exhale. Slowly release the breath. Bowing to the heart center. Thank you so much. Namaste. So grateful to have you join me today and tune into this very important chakra, as it's the foundation of all the chakras. It's like building a building. You need to have that foundation in order to build up through the rest of the system. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Second chakra we'll be doing, and I look forward to seeing your comments to see how this one went. Thank you so much. Namaste.